Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's MTPredictor video, I'd like to look at how the USE minis unfolded yesterday, which was Thursday, September the 18th. I'd also like to have a quick look at the British pound, because we've now had the Scottish referendum over here in the UK, where Scotland's decided to stay part of the United Kingdom. So I want to have a look at how that affected the British pound as well a bit later in this video. But let's start with USE minis, and let's start with the clearest market yesterday, which was the NQ. Here you can see on standard trade setups, I'll just take that 15-minute DP off, so you just don't worry about that. So if we go to standard trade setups for the newer MTPredictor customers, you can see here the STF is blue, therefore the largest degree trend is up, therefore you'll be taking buy setups and ignoring the sell setups. So you would not be taking this DP sell here, you'd be taking this TS3 buy setup here. So let's place the analysis on, right mouse, click over the blue buy bar, place the analysis on. Again, remember our position sizing is taken care of there as well. Be a very nice long trade up into the first target. The STF is weak, in other words it's less than our strength band, therefore that would be a nice 3.6R profit. We have another buy setup a bit later in the day. Again, the STF is blue. Let's place the analysis over the blue buy bar again, and even up into the first target, that would be a nice 2.4R profit as well. So let's just add those two together. So if my maths is correct, that would be a very nice 6R profit for the day. So two very clear signals, and very nice trading there for MTPredictor using standard trade management guidelines. Let's go down to the 15-minute chart and see about our large degree trend. We did have a minor wiggle there, but that was only a really small little wiggle there. So personally, I'd have come back to this last major high, which started this whole decline, and placed a DP off this level. So let's just place this on, a DP there, and that would have given us our large degree resistance. I'll also place this little one on here as well, just so we can see that as well, but that's only a really small DP there. So let's see how that would have affected our 3-minute trades. Well, as you can see, this is our the little minor DP I had. So this first buy setup here would have been in the direction of the large degree trend, because you can see we hadn't got up to this DP resistance here. Therefore, you'd been quite happy to take that DP trade there. It would have been very nice. You may have even decided to run it up into that first DP target there for perhaps plus 4.8R profit anyway. The only question comes on this second one here, and if you'd taken the first little minor DP, let's just clear this off, you may have decided that this was now against a downtrend. You may have avoided it. That's why I was a bit wary about placing that one on. If you hadn't, well then you'd have had still up into this larger DP resistance here and have taken it. But either way, this first trade set up here, there'd be no questions at all about that, so that would have been a very clear, clean and obvious buy setup to take. If we look at the ES as well, there's our larger degree resistance area. STF blue, we hadn't reached that DP resistance area, so this would not have been a automatic DP sell to take, because it was not at large degree resistance. This TS3 buy setup, however, would have been. So let's just place the analysis on here. We'd have placed it on that first history triangle bar, because that was a double bottom, therefore you'd still be in your analysis from the first trade. Market went up to the first target there, albeit a very choppy ride as it went sideways throughout this period, but it did go up to the first target for a nice 2.6R profit. You will see that we had a history triangle here. Now this was one of those cases where you'd have probably cancelled your order before it had been filled, because if I place the analysis on that little bar there, you can see the market would have hit your stop before, I repeat, before hitting your entry level. Therefore you'd have cancelled that order, and you probably wouldn't have actually taken that one. So the ES had a very nice long setup on there as well. Clear setup, because it hadn't reached the 15-minute DP, and also the STF was blue. So overall, a good day for the USE minis yesterday. The YM I haven't really talked about, because not a lot went on the YM yesterday. There's the YM chart. Very little on the buy setups there. One minor little setup there. Otherwise there were sells, but that was against a large degree downtrend. So for me, the clearest picture I think was on the YM. You can see nice, clear, clean swings. Large degree trend was up, and two very good buy setups there. So for me, NQ was the best of the USD minis yesterday, and as you can see, resulted in some very nice profitable trades. Right, let's have a quick look at the British pound. This is the daily chart of the British pound against the US dollar. You can see that we had weekly DP resistance. The market had declined down into this low here. If I place the Elliott wave intermediate on, you can see this was an ABC correction. The market has been rallying up off this level here a bit, but has now dropped down a bit here as well. If anything, and the market carries on rallying up, we want to be very wary of this DP around the 167 level, but I don't know whether it will get there because the larger degree weekly chart is down. One thing I thought was interesting on this is if I go to a longer time frame, the monthly, I thought this was very interesting. So I just want to clear everything off here and just show this with a larger degree picture on the pound. You can see that we had a tier 3 buy set up here, market rallied up, but the most interesting thing for me was if we go back to the sort of last main pivot high, which was here, which started this sort of ABC correction, and we go back to this pivot, place the DP level on, just look where this last high around the 170 level unfolded, right at our monthly DP resistance. So I think actually longer term British pound US dollar is in a large degree downtrend. Let's have a look at some other of the British pound ones, particularly the British pound euro. That's another interesting market. Here's my analysis from earlier. These DP buys are irrelevant because STF is red, largely trend down, but this is where I had my resistance area on in the last couple of days. I'll just take this off and show you where I put this on from. Basically the last pivot high. There's the last pivot high. So I had a level up there of which defined the high at around 80.50 there, and as you can see the British pound has declined nicely since. You then come back to this last low here, place the DP on, and you see that's where the support came in as well. So the British pound on the run up to the Scottish devolution vote unfolded absolutely perfectly against the euro, where we went from DP resistance down to DP support. So we'll have to wait and see whether we get a bounce off this level here in the coming days and weeks. But I just thought it was interesting having a look at how the currencies unfold in relation to MTPredictor, in particular with such a big event that was obviously going to move the British pound currency against other world currencies, and just shows you how MTPredictor managed to highlight the moves very nicely for you indeed.